First, on the economy, you and this White House continues to point out that on individual issues that have been passed or that are being implemented, they are popular with the American public. Why does the White House think consistently, however, that Americans grade the president so poorly on his handling of the economy?
Well, look, I just said that we're just starting to feel the impact of the president's economic agenda over the last couple of years. I mean, he in the span of 2 years' time, passed bipartisan infrastructure law, the Inflation Reduction Act, CHIPS and Science Act, and now we're starting to see we are reaching the implementation phase where people are seeing 35,000 infrastructure projects and shovels and grounds across the country, where we're seeing $490 billion in private sector investment coming back to the United States and reshoring of hundreds of thousands of manufacturing jobs in cities that had been hollowed out for generations. So people are just starting to see the impact of all of the successes of the last couple of years under this president's economic agenda. And now is when we're able to not only talk about what the president's agenda is, but point to the results and the fact that we have to keep our foot on the gas, as I said, to keep ourselves moving forward here.
Some version of what you just said has been said by this White House, though, most of the year. So at what point are the American people going to see this, or are they just not paying attention to what's being done? Are they not being patient enough?
Look, I think the people all across the United States of America are starting to see shovels and grounds in their communities. They're seeing the president announce, as he did on Monday, a commitment to connecting the entire country through high-quality, affordable broadband access, which is going to make a difference in the lives of millions of people. And so, as we get farther into implementation, people are going to continue to feel that. They're going to continue to see that, and they're going to continue to hear from this president about how we're going to continue to make progress for them.
Real quick on student loans, though. Do you have to those Americans who have those student loans that are waiting for the forgiveness or have enjoyed the forgiveness, or to those that are perhaps opposed to the program at all, what would be your message to those, especially with loans, who are waiting as anxiously as the White House is for a decision?
That President Biden has fought for you every step of the way. The student debt relief plan he announced to give millions of student borrowers who were buried under mountains of debt a little bit more breathing room coming out of this pandemic. And in the face of that, we saw Republican lawmakers in Congress and special interests try to defund this program. We saw them introduce legislation that the president had to veto to try and get this program. And we saw them go all the way to the highest court in the land to try to rip away student debt relief from millions of student borrowers who desperately needed it. And this president, the DOJ, Solicitor General, went to the court and fought hard to protect this program. Now, we are confident in the legal arguments that we've made. We certainly hope the Supreme Court agrees, because we know all too well what the stakes are for millions of students.